What's up, you guys? It's Giano! Today I'm going to show you how to throw Pokeballs properly in Pokemon Go. Now, this is a little bit of 2016 content, but you know what? There's a ton of new players in Pokemon Go, and they really need to know how to throw these Pokeballs. I noticed that when I'm at raids, people just don't know how to throw against the raid bosses. So, I'm going to show you the complete tutorial, everything that you need to know about how to throw these Pokeballs. Now, as you can see on my screen, I do have my touches shown. That's those little tiny white dots that you're seeing. Those white dots are where my fingers are touching the screen. It's very important. I want you guys to have every single detail that you need to figure out what exactly I'm doing to catch these Pokemon, all right? Now, this is called the set the circle method. I made a video about this so long ago, and there's been a lot of YouTubers who made similar videos, but for some reason, a lot of people still just don't know this method. So it is setting the circle, that's what we call it. You have to set the circle in the encounter with the Pokemon, and once you set that circle, it will stay there for the entire match. I know that's a little bit confusing, and that's why this is a long video, and I'm going to explain the whole thing. I'm also going to show you in slow motion exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So all the footage you're going to see on the screen is me throwing excellent throws in various situations. You can throw a guaranteed excellent throw against a wild Pokemon like this one, a research encounter, and a legendary or any raid encounter, all right? So you can use this on any wild encounter. This method will work, all right? Now, I'm using pineapple berries on everything as far as the wild encounters go because I filmed all this in my house and I could barely get any Pokemon to spawn. And yes, it did take me a very long time to get a couple of excellent throws on camera to show you, but I did get a research encounter excellent this way. This is going to be my wild encounter excellent, and you're also going to see a ton of raid encounter excellence on legendary raid bosses. So this is a very valuable video. Now you can see what I did in the beginning of the encounter is I hold down the Pokeball and wait for the circle to be the size that I want it to be, which is the excellent throw size. After that, I release the Pokeball and I never touch the Pokeball again until the Pokemon attacks. And I throw during the attack sequence, so when the attack sequence is over, the Pokemon can't do anything, and then I guarantee my hit. This guarantees your hit, and it guarantees that the hit you get will be an excellent throw as long as you throw perfectly. All right, so once you practice and memorize how to throw perfectly, and then once you set your circle, as I'm about to show you again, you will hit excellent throws every single time, just like I do. I hit them most of the time. If I could throw perfectly every time, I would hit it perfectly every time. Now, some Pokemon are easier to hit the excellent throw because they're closer or because they have a bigger circle, all kinds of different reasons, and you do have to memorize the excellent throw on every single Pokemon, which means by the time you do that, you'll be a Pokemon master. This is a mastery game. It's not easy. It looks easy, but memorizing the excellent throw on every single Pokemon makes you a Pokemon master. And that's why I try to hit the excellent on every single Pokemon. And as you can see here with this Staryu, I did hit another excellent. That was a research Staryu. Again, you can do this on any wild encounter, and you can do it on any raid encounter, any research encounter. This works every single time. Let's go over it again, you guys. I'm going to go over it several times because, again, I understand it is very confusing and it's hard to understand exactly what I'm saying here. So let's look at it again. Some of these are a little bit sped up because I'm not hitting my excellence, but you can still see I'm using the same process. But then I'm going to go slow mode on the ones that I actually hit the excellent. Now, this is a 98% legendary raid boss, you guys. This is a 98% Latias. I really wanted to catch this. The whole reason that I practice my excellent throws so much is this situation right here. When you get a super high IV raid boss and you really want to catch that thing and you want to guarantee the best chance for success. All right, so why do I throw excellence and why do I throw golden raspberry? Because in the program's coding, it literally says throwing an excellent throw and throwing a golden raspberry will give you the highest percentage chance for success. So statistically, you need to throw golden raspberry and you need to throw a curve excellent throw on your legendary raid bosses every single throw for the best chance of success. Now, it is total RNG, which means random number generator, so it generates a random number in the background that determines whether or not you catch. You can't control that. There's no control over that, so you could throw an excellent curve and a golden raspberry on every single throw and still not catch the boss. However, your highest chance for success is going to be excellent curve and golden raspberry. Do not do anything else on your legendary bosses. Now, in my case here, I ran out of golden raspberries. It was a fat rip because I wasted golden raspberries on legendary bosses that were not very high IV, and then I didn't have golden raspberries for the high IV one. Very bad move on my part, so I started throwing the regular raspberries and trying really hard to hit those excellent throws, which, as you can see, I did hit the excellent throws quite a bit because when I'm under pressure, I really do perform well. And as you can see, they don't like to stay in those balls. That's why you gotta hit the excellent curve and the golden raspberry on as many throws as possible to guarantee your success. Now, if you simply cannot hit an excellent throw on a particular legendary raid boss or a particular Pokemon, a lot of people will back off to the great throw because it's really easy to hit the great throw using this method. It's extremely easy. You can hit a great throw every time using this method. However, I didn't show any great throws on this video because this is all about excellence. You want to be a Pokemon master. We're not trying to hit great throws. Anybody can hit a great throw. Great throws are easy. Hitting a curve excellent is extremely challenging, especially for some Pokemon. And as you can see here, it's extremely valuable because it's the best chance to catch those high IV legendary raid bosses. All right, now I spend a lot of time practicing this throw, even when the raid bosses aren't that good. If the CP isn't good, I still spend the time to set my circle, and I also spend the time to try to throw the excellent. Now, you don't always hit the excellent throw. Unfortunately, it's just a really hard throw, and some Pokemon have different positions as well. For example, Kyogre has a center position, a left position, and a right position. That's 3 different excellent throws you have to memorize. Latias, in this case, has a high position and a low position, so you have 2 different excellent throws that you need to memorize. It's difficult. It's very, very challenging, and that's why it's such a fun game, because hitting these throws is a real challenge. And of course, the catch rate is so low that you really, really need to hit the excellent throws. And of course, if you do hit the excellent throws, you have a much higher chance to get that catch, which is what everybody wants at the end of the day. So go ahead and just practice this method and hitting the excellent throws, and you will have a higher chance for success. Now, I showed a lot of excellent throws here, but there's some cuts. I cut out pieces where I didn't hit excellent throws, or I cut out the beginning of the encounter where I actually set the circle. So for the rest of the video after this clip right here, we are just going to see a full raid encounter. I want you guys to see what it looks like when you actually do this at a raid. It takes a long time, all right? The next clip is going to be about 2 minutes, and it's me from the time that I encounter the raid boss until the time that I actually catch the raid boss, and all my throws and all the waiting in between. Now, this is a really, really interesting clip because it shows how much patience that you have to have and actually sit there and wait for the boss to attack. So I'm going to go through the entire whole steps of everything I just told you one last time. We're going to do a recap, and you guys can see every single step along the way, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing, all right? The very first thing that we're going to do is set the circle. We got to set the circle. Okay, the very first thing we're going to do is throw the golden raspberry. You always throw the golden raspberry. Just make sure you throw the golden raspberry. That's what you got to do, all right? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is set the circle. You guys did see I set the circle. Now that I'm watching this back, I actually think the circle was a little bit too small. I could have gone a fraction, tiny bit bigger, and it actually gives you a higher chance to hit the excellent because the circle is just a tiny bit bigger. The size of the circle does not matter. As long as you hit and it says excellent, then you get an excellent. That's all you're looking for. Even if you hit the tiny, tiny, tiniest itty bitty circle, it does not give you a higher chance to catch that Pokemon. You really just want it to say excellent on the screen, and that's what you're looking for. Now you can see I set the circle here, and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's a really, really long waiting game, and it keeps on changing positions, and when it changes positions, I'm mentally changing my throw strategy. Now I'm thinking, okay, he's on the low position, I have to throw my low excellent throw. Then he goes to the top, and I'm thinking, okay, now I need to get my top excellent throw. So I'm constantly weighing my options and I'm just waiting to see when he's going to attack, and then I throw during the attack sequence so that it guarantees a hit when you come out of the attack sequence. It's honestly a really simple concept, and I've been doing it since 2016, but it still amazes me that some people don't know about this technique, and you know, they struggle with catching their legendaries and they don't have good legendary catch rate, but I do this to hit my throw every time, and when you throw perfectly, you hit on an excellent throw, and it gives you a guaranteed excellent for every single throw. Anyway, you guys, I think that this is extremely valuable content, and if you thought so as well, please drop a like and a comment down below. It's 2019, alright? It's been almost 3 years since Pokemon Go came out, and I just thought, you know what? Let's remake an old video for the new audience that just picked up the game and they don't know this stuff. So if that is you and you actually watched until the end of the video, thank you so much, and would you please hit that subscribe button and drop a like and share this video with a friend who does not know how to throw Pokeballs properly. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks to my amazing subscribers, and peace.